Happy Monday morning to you. Most of y'all are going to work and going, damn, I hate it. I feel very strange today, but I am going to say that I'm sitting outside right now. I got to show you this building again. Let me see if you can see it. It's very sunny today. It may glare it out. That is Atrium's building that they built. Wake Forest Medical School is up there. Now, here's Spectrum. I don't know what they're doing. They're pulling in here. Now, guys, like I said, I don't feel good at all. I sleep way too much. And as I've said, my dismay with doctors and not being able to help me, it's an absolutely stunningly nice day today. Humidity is not as bad yet. That's what makes springtime so nice here in Charlotte. But being in the South, man, that humidity is going to be relentless. Now, when I talked about missing my youth, I really do. And like I said, I'm all by myself in my apartment. I can't walk around here and talk to people without getting bed bugs, you know. Now, in Charlotte, North Carolina, this has been my city since I was born. I'm a native here. It is really growing very, very, very fast. We had the taste of Charlotte, and I've been to that so many times, but my health is going downhill, and it really is. And, like I said, I'm a caffeine and nicotine junkie. That's what kept me going for so many years. But doctors basically have said, you can't do that anymore, and their fear is a cardiac arrest. I have severe ADHD, nothing can be done about that. I'm not doing my Wellbutrin because I did it a couple of days and really felt weird, so I'm not taking it right now. Depression, no, I'm not in depression. Mine's more of physical problems that I have. And I don't know what to do about it at all. I really don't. Like I said, when I first moved here, it was fine. I had the energy to be able to walk uptown and flirt with women uptown. And, now it's kind of like my age has kicked in. Let me show you this. Remember when I was talking to you about, let me see if I can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Do you see the flag? Where's the flag at? Dang it, I can't even see the flag. Can you see it now? That was what my resident manager came to my apartment, mad as a hornet. That flag has nothing to do with you. That's us. You get your apartment's what you need to focus on. What she doesn't understand is I don't know if she knows anything about war. A lot of people have died for our flag, and yet to this day, we do not take care of the flag anymore. We could care less about the flag. I used to say the Pledge of Allegiance in elementary school before we would start our day. It is like I'm saying that patriotism is forgotten about. The poor guys that died in the wars are forgotten about. We have Veterans Day and we have Memorial Day. And it's kind of like I said, how often have you just sat and looked at a flag on a flagpole? So I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog and hope my health gets better. And I'll be sleeping a lot again today. That's all I do is sleep, And it's kind of like I said, I don't have anybody in my life, and I need to work on that, start getting a group of friends. But you got to understand, truly, nobody wants to come over here. And they don't. Aides come over here, and then I hear them talking about, yeah, I'm going over to this man's house right after I leave you. You see, these aides don't like to come to a building that is absolutely falling apart. I mean, the audacity of them getting angry at me in my apartment, my housekeeping, and I'm walking around here, and this place is awful. I mean, they haven't painted the interior in years. And I mean, like I said, trust me, I am happy that I'm here. It beats living on the street, and it really does. So I'm going to sit here and enjoy the morning a little bit. I've got all my aches and pains and this and that. And yeah, I miss my youth, I really do. Of all the fun that I had. And this is going to be, anybody can watch this. You know, like I said, everybody's lives, we're trying to work out something. You know, we're working on something. You know, when you're dirt poor, your health's going downhill but fast. You know, and like I said, doctors, they get, now don't get me wrong, I'm sure that doctors have heart attacks and die, but you know, doctors are going to be going into work today, and what they're going to do is they're going to sit down and see patients. And then after they see their patients, they basically go do their own thing. Now, for me, like I said, I want my health back. I want to be able to have that vitality again. I would have liked to have gone to the Taste of Charlotte. I would have, you know. And as I've said before, and it's very, very true, it's a young person's world. Old people, we're forgotten about. People, even the United States, could care less about their senior citizens, you know. Now, when I talk about this, when I talk about Donald Trump, our president, guys, I'm not a Donald Trump man. I certainly would never vote for that man. But you have to understand, he's our President of the United States. Does he have senility? Sure, he has he's old. I mean, Donald Trump has age on him, but you have to understand that he has people in his ear all day long. You see, everybody believes that the President of the United States is a dictator, a fascist, that he does everything he wants to do. You're dead wrong. His administration, the people that work with him, okay, so don't just get mad at Donald Trump, get mad at the entire administration of the United States government. So I'm going to go ahead and end this right now and just sit out here and enjoy my day, wishing that I was younger and wishing that doctors would get me back in good health. If you haven't had the opportunity to come to Charlotte, North Carolina, you really need to. It's a really beautiful city. And I call this the Tree City. We had much more trees. Well, they've replanted them, but when Hugo hit Charlotte, it tore up the everything. It was hurricane strength when it hit Charlotte. Hugo was a mess. Thanks for listening, guys. Peace.